these are the things which you expect. Yes, I mean most of them will be covered in this session, and then yeah. So this point number 15 years. This is dependent upon school to school, and you should we will be able to find out writing to them whether this is okay or not. Have you not had any kind of education after that?
Sorry, Anup, your voice is cracking again. Couldn't hear the last bit.
Yeah, so let me. So the education BCom
Right.
is there is no other education after that, right?
So I've done a professional chartered accountancy course after that, but nothing after BCom. No university degree as such after BCom. It's just chartered accountancy.
Yeah, accountancy, is it not or is it considered as it must be a degree? Is it a degree or no? I don't know actually. I don't know.
It is a degree, it's a professional qualification, but I would have to confirm whether it's not a regular school going degree, if you can understand what I'm trying to say. It's basically a correspondence course.
Yeah, whatever we are going to select the schools. So we will have to find out from them, giving your profile in a brief 1-2 liner, saying that you have had 15 years plus CA, which is probably equivalent to CPA, or it's called CPA, right, over here?
Yeah, that's right.
So I think they will understand, and then yeah, I think then you have to. We'll have to check individually with them. And your GPAT score is how much? 610, right?
620, Anup.
620, sorry, 620.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you want to start this year by September, October, December, maybe, right?
So my plan is to get into the admission and start my MBA in August 2016.
2016?
Because I apply by September, that is the deadline, right, by which my applications have to go my first round, so that I can get into August 2016 intake.
No. Keshwanath, you told me that you wanted to start in 2015. Is there some communication kind of miss over here?
Earlier when we had call, so that time he was planning for round 3, round 4.
So were you did you tell Keshwanath, or I mean, do you want to apply in R3, R4, where still your application can go in and you can start in 2015? Is that the plan, or?
No, so I think there is some sort of miscommunication. I had never communicated that I want to get into the round 3, round 4. And also, the last time when we had a discussion, you were telling me that this is a very good time for you to, get started with your applications because September would be the deadline. And you also said that, having said that, don't think that you are early, but this is a good time for you to start. So,
yeah, I mean, that's right. But how? Yeah, I mean, somehow I got to know from Keshwanath probably that you wanted to. I was a little surprised that why you want to apply this year. So I mean, it is good in a sense that we will have more choice of schools, because otherwise the choice of school would have been very narrow. But now I understand that we have all the schools too. And then what is the focus in terms of geography where you want to apply to? Is there any specific focus, or you can apply to any of them?
So Anup, the focus is primarily the USA. I wouldn't be focusing on any of the Indian schools or the Asian schools or the Australian schools. It would primarily be USA, North America primarily, and more preference to the USA.
Okay. So Canadian schools are also you can apply to.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So yeah, I will share with you one this file, can you speak up your email ID?
Yeah, it's SHRI RAMMM, 3 M's,
Okay.
@gmail.com.
So you'll be able to see this file either on my terminal through WebEx or on your own also you can open so that we can discuss these
Sure.
these tools.
Fine. Just give me a second.
Sure.
Okay, so this is the school sheets that you have sent me, the school data, right?
Yeah, the school data in which exhaustive data is there for about 100 or even more than 100 schools, and at one place it is difficult to find somewhere like this on the internet. You will find scattered information, but at one place it is difficult to find. So this is where we will see that. And yeah, is there any anything in your mind that you would like to retake the GMAT, or this is the final GMAT score which you have?
See, I'll give you a background. I have taken the GMAT thrice, Anup. The first time I got 610, then it's 620 and 620 again. Now, the thing is that I've been losing out on my verbal score, which has been pushing me down. I've been ranging between 25 to 28, last being 28. So I mean, what do you suggest, whether I should take the GMAT again? Is it worth taking it again, or should I go with this, taken it thrice already?
Yeah, I mean, it is difficult to improve if 3 times the score has been consistent until you put in something extremely great effort or something. So what I would suggest is that your focus should be applications, and then I was preparing an Excel for you, so in which we will write that, you can see that. And here I have also stated that what is the kind of weightage or percentage that is assigned to various elements in terms of selection when it is happening. So GMAT is given about 15% of the weightage. Essay rating or quality of essays would contribute to 30% for your selection, and interview rating would be 35%, so something like this. And this may vary plus minus 3-4% school to school, but most of it remains same for schools which take GMAT schools which have international kind of admission process. Top 50, top 60 schools would do like this. So now if you see that if you increase your GMAT score from 620 to say 650, let's say, so 30 points of increase.
Right.
Which is how much percentage? 5% maybe, right?
Yeah, a little more than 5, yeah.
Yeah, a little more. So 5% increase of a 15% weighted element. So then it is 0.75%. It will be making difference in your application in terms of chances and all. But if your essay ratings are suppose currently going to be 5 or 6, and if you can move up to 9, and which is very likely possible out of 10, if I'm saying, and which is around 40-50% increment, right? And then that's of the element which is 30% weighted, so which increases the chance more than that. So that is, I mean, just simple kind of strategic calculation in which we can decide that where we should be putting our effort more than this. So what I would suggest is that start focusing on application. You may retake GMAT because it is not going to the lower GMAT, if you by chance you get even lower, that will also not hamper it at all, because the highest one will be taken. And I would suggest that have you taken any classes or something for GMAT?
I had taken classes from IMS. This was basically for both maths as well as verbal, but unfortunately I don't think it helped.
Was their course and instructor, were they good, or what happened? Were they not
Yeah,
good, or?
so I mean they were good, no doubt, but so even in my practice exams, I would score anywhere between 650 to 680. But I don't know what is happening. Somewhere in the main exam, something is going wrong in my verbal section, and my scores are just toppling down over there. Because my quant has been consistently good at 48, 49.
Okay, yeah, that is usually. So I think you can also try. We have GMAT class in which an ISB graduate with 760, 750 score he teaches, and he focuses more on test taking techniques and test taking strategies rather than focusing on extremely basic A square plus B square kind of things. So that class is quite good and kind of suited to little mature audience than art graduates or something like that. I mean, those who require very basic things. So yeah, so what you can do is that you can ask for a recording from Krishnavardhan. You can go through that, and then we have material, we have homework, classwork questions, and then 6 tests also we give, and things like those. So you may think of that. I mean, and then in parallel. I mean, I'm not saying that start focusing on GMAT. No, just prepare a little bit, see if it improves. Talk to there are 2 instructors working with us. Both are from ISB. Both are in fact staying at ISB. They are doing their pre-PhD program at ISB after graduating from ISB as for MBA. And they have both of them have very high GMAT, and they give very. So I think you can start that, and then you can start the schools as well, so that because and as I said that you are not late in starting, so April, May, June, July. By I think next month, some of the applications will start opening. So so you can start giving attention to the essays as well, a little bit. Keep your preparation for GMAT, because if it improves little bit, 650, if it goes beyond 650, it can really make a difference. Okay. So that is why, because otherwise your profile is excellent. Only thing is that GMAT, so and then you are not in September, October. So I think you should, in all, in honesty, I think you should definitely try once more.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Fine. Let us go ahead. So let us go ahead and then let us see that what schools suit. Let us assume score of 620, 630 only, because that is the score which we have. If it changes, because there is lot to see, you will have to take the date to decide whether you will take or not. So let us see that whether these kind of, with this kind of score, where are the chances you can get into.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Anup, just one question on this file upfront. The GMAT range that you've given in column number D, is that a range only the 80% range, or that is the entire range for the 100%, all 100% students?
It would be 80%, 80% range, most of it.
Okay, okay, okay. All right, yeah, you can go ahead, Anup.
Yeah, Krishwadan, if you need to drop, if you need to sleep, you can drop. I will take care.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now. Yeah, because. So Canada also you are open to applying, right? And then no European or other schools you want to.
And see, I frankly, Anup, I haven't, explored too many European schools as such, even when I was reading their websites or anything like that. But I don't think it would make sense for me to go to any of the European schools unless and until they're in the top 4 or top 5. And for that, I'm guessing that I would require a phenomenal GMAT score over there. Because I think the job opportunities there are lesser, right?
Yes. Yeah, you're right. It's not as great as Canada currently. So let us start with Canadian schools. And so that, and then how many schools you have in mind to apply to?
So I have around 8 schools that I want to, apply to. I would be looking at.
Fine, fine. Yeah. That is the right number. That is right number.
Because I don't know,
So
you
let
suggest,
me.
because I wouldn't want to spend too much of energy, I don't want to spread my energy across all the, even if I have around 10,
No,
15 schools, then I would be wasting too much energy on each and every school.
no.
Probably I
I would
can't
not
focus.
suggest. I would not suggest applying to 10 or more schools. No, 8 is excellent. 8 is fine. I mean, I myself applied to 8 schools when I applied, and most of the general education customers, they apply to 6 to 8 schools. Your
Okay.
GMAT is less, so I would. That's why I would suggest definitely 8, the number 8, because otherwise, if your GMAT would have been 700, close to 700, I would have said around 6 to 7 should have been sufficient. But one or two we will choose extra just in case this GMAT becomes a bottleneck.
Correct.
So in Canadian schools, one good thing if you see over this side is that all the placements are 80-90%, which is not very easily seen in US schools. So even for Harvard, it is 79% if you see.
Okay.
Right?
Sorry, Anu, for Canada school, should I go to a different sheet? Should I go to Canada Karuna? Is that the sheet you're referring to?
That name, yeah, just ignore the name, but just say Canada, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So these are the schools where, I mean, where you see the employment column, in which you see most of them in 80s and 90s, which is excellent. Because why? Because Canada is a relatively bigger country, and then top 10 schools, if you see, top 10 to 15 will be like top 10 to 15 Indian B schools. And then, being a developed nation, if you are graduate from top 10 to 15 universities in Canada, you will definitely get a job. So that is the idea over there. And the PR and visa things are not so difficult to get as they are in other countries in UK, for example, and to an extent in US as well. So that is why it is easy to get into.
Okay. But the Canadian school is just one thing. I mean, from if I want to understand the BW ranking that is there, that is way lower, right, as compared to the US schools based on your listing. I see only York Schulich, which is ranked 14, and Rotman, which is 53. Everything else is 80.
Ranking is something wrong, because Schulich cannot be 14th and Queens cannot be 86th. There is something wrong with the ranking. Schulich would be, I think, this is FT rank they have taken, and they are saying BW rank. So there is the problem. So this is not BW rank, FT global ranking.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think just ignore this. I mean, I will let you know, or you can check somewhere else that what are the rankings, and I'll just go by what brand understanding I have since last 10 years of the schools, and have people gone over there, and what has been the result, where have they been placed, and all those things. So it is in my, I mean, I've been in touch with people, so I'll go more by that. I was not even seeing the ranking. There is something wrong, so it should be.
Sure. Okay.
It
Yeah.
should be correct. Let me mark it pink or red something so that I can get it corrected. Okay. Yeah. So we will focus on schools which have scores up to 650, because plus 30 after that we should not try going. So still, and I'll start marking them blue so that we know that what we are selecting. So I think British Columbia is good school. I have had a couple of alumni from there who are doing extremely great,
Okay.
and a couple of them in India actually. So one person is the CEO of some small company. I know him. So British Columbia. So this is a good school, and HEC being a good brand. HEC Paris is excellent school, but HEC Montreal is also okay.
Okay.
So you can apply to this as well.
Okay.
And Simon Fraser, John Molson, Alberta. Out of these, Simon Fraser and Alberta are better ones than John Molson somehow, but we'll have to check that. Let us so two here. Let us come back to this because let us see once more that what is happening in US with your school in terms of our list.
Right.
So here we have 6. So I'll keep one as quite school, and then about 3 which are in reach for you, and then 1 or 2 as backups where you would definitely get an admit. So will that be okay?
Yeah, sure.
And then your focus somewhere I read you said that strategy consulting, right?
So post my MBA, I would probably want to go in for some place which offers me a position in a strategy or planning department.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that is my focus currently. It will probably broaden as we go along, depending on what the schools have to offer also.
It changes many times when one joins B school, and then when you see various subjects you read, so you study, and then or you get exposure to various industry. I mean, whatever interface you have, so your focus or your goals might change a bit. So, but that is very subjective, and that will happen by time. But currently, if we keep general management or strategy as focus, I think that would be good.
Okay.
That would give us a good choice overall. I would say Arizona State University, even though the GMAT is high, I've seen many people with the lower GMAT going there, and even with scholarship sometimes. So there is.
Okay. Which number are you referring to?
39. 39.
39. Okay.
And which is a good.
So this is 39 is UNC Keenan Flagger, right?
Where? Oh, row number 39.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay.
Row number 39. The rank is 77.
Okay. Arizona State. All right.
Arizona State. And this has 34% acceptance, which is good and high. Let me also check employment percentage in the US news, which is 69. This is low. Let us not take this for some time. Just hold on, because I would like to definitely see it in 70s, because 69, even though it's close to 70, but still might not be.
Okay.
As great. Yeah, let us come back. I would prefer, because last year I remember it was around 75 or something. So that's why, because these keep changing every year. So this is great. Okay. Just assignment. There's a train passing by. So just give me a second. I'll mute for about a minute, and then let me think also.
Sure.
You'll hear some noise.
Sure. Yeah. So now.
Okay. So I think two I marked in the meanwhile. One is Purdue, and then one is Pennsylvania State. So these two should definitely, and Purdue would be very good, very difficult to get into. I want to check this GMAT score whether it is correct or not. Let me check that.
Okay.
All these universities in terms of yeah, it is correct. So that's fine. So in all these universities, they have high placement rates until I have missed something else. Pennsylvania State also 76%. This is 80%. Purdue would be really school to get into if you can get into. The GMAT score, even though it is 617, but what happens is that there is one alumnus who I met about 3-4 months ago. He is in Bay Area, and he was saying that for Indians it is higher somehow. What he feels, but overall it might be a little lower. But for Indians it is higher. So it would still for Indians be around 640, 50 maybe. So we will have to fill the gap by the quality of essays.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So this is one. So these are the two. So this is the higher ranked one, I would say, and then that is Reed School, Pennsylvania State. Let's see a couple of more over here. Yeah, this looks good because 73% and 24. Even better is University of Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yeah, because rank is similar, but the placement is better. GMAT is little higher, but the acceptance rate is higher. So I'm not sure whether it is there in our list or not. But it might not be in this list. Do you see University of Connecticut in this list?
I cannot find it. No. Unless it's in a different name or something.
No, it should be. Let me add it to it so that we mark it for our count. Okay, 3. So here we have 76, which is important for me.
Okay.
So this would be good. And then if I go back to a page, I don't want to go to higher page as of now. You see, all these are very high, that 670, 50.
Right. So these 3 schools that you told me, these are where I have a good chance of getting in, is it?
Good chance. One Purdue would be kind of high rank, good, very good school. If you can get into this, that, and then rest of these two, Pennsylvania State and Connecticut, would be decent chances of getting reach kind of schools for you. And I've not got the backups, 1 or 2 backups which I wanted to have. So those are still. I'm just parking them for a couple of more minutes.
Okay.
I'm just seeing that if there is some good school over here which matches in terms of GMAT as well as other things. UC Davis would have been good. It's a very high score. Leave it. What do you have taken? UC Irvine. This is not good also.
What about Kelly, Indiana?
Kelly, what is the average GMAT? It must be around 660 or something, right?
The average GMAT is 664, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. That is why, and then again, here the same thing. One lady is studying there in second year.
Okay.
Yeah, Basu. So she also says that for Indians it is extremely high. Not any Indian over there is less than 700 GMAT score in her class. That's what she told.
Okay.
I had, so, but still, I feel it will be difficult to get in kind of school actually. That's why I had it in mind, but I avoided just because of that. Because I know personally someone studying and saying that. This looks good to me in terms of percentage placement and acceptance and GMAT and everything. Iowa State. Is this the same as TP or Iowa that is different? Because if it is TP, then it is definitely a good brand. I just want to confirm. University of Iowa, it says. Oh no, that is Iowa State and this is University of, so they are different, right?
Okay.
So where is TP over here? Can you see Iowa State University TP somewhere? I will get that.
No, I can't find it.
Hold on. And I can share this US News login also with you, so that in case you want to compare, I mean, in case you want to have some. So
Sure.
let me. Average GMAT is 660, which is very, very high. University of Iowa, that's high. What? I think you should definitely take the GMAT because it will really broaden your kind of schools where you can apply. Currently, we are struggling to find because I want to keep them good schools as well as I don't want to give you something run of the mill.
Right.
Okay.
University of Maryland also. How do you see that school?
Yeah, that is a good one. What are the statistics about in terms of placement?
In terms of placement, but it is only 64%.
Yeah, 64% is not very bad, but if we have some options, that why should then? What is the average GMAT over there?
654.
Yeah, it used to be a good brand 4-5 years ago. It used to be very good actually, but since last 4-5 years, I have seen a consistent decline. Not many people applying, and then not very successful as a B school. Just some. Yeah, that's what. Okay, so how many we got? Let me see. Because I have two backup schools in my mind, we can just see those. So we have one, Purdue 1, Pennsylvania 2, Connecticut 3. Okay, so 3, and then we will talk about two backup, and one is University of Cincinnati. So
Yeah.
University of Cincinnati, Of course, ranking wise, it might not be very, very great, but you see average GMAT, and then if you see the placement somewhere, I saw it, it is good. So yeah, here it is, 80%. So which is not bad, right? So
Okay.
9%. So that is why I would say that this is, and here you will surely get an admit. I mean, if with us, reviewing the essays, there will be no problem in getting, and then maybe with some scholarship. And one of my seniors from IIT, he went there and he talks good about the university. It is of course not comparable to Ivy Leagues, but otherwise it is great.
Okay.
So this would be
the placements are also good. What does he have to say about the placements?
Yeah, placement is also, yeah. He didn't find any great difficulty because why? Because University of Cincinnati. Otherwise, for MS, it is like IITs in US. It is one of the top 5 or top 10 in US for most of the, for example, computer science MS, electronics MS, and all those MS. So many companies have faith and trust in the university. That's why it is not very difficult to place MBA students as well. So that is one thing. So you see
have a very high acceptance rate of 82%.
Yeah, I mean it might not be right. Yeah, it is, for example, 70% here I see. 82% is not possible, which may be some year or something, but I think this would be more representing. Yeah, that's why, I mean, that is why we have to have 1 or 2 schools like this, those who are good, where you can actually go for an MBA, where there will be no problem in getting jobs and things like this. So we have to have 1 or 2 schools like this. That's why, I mean, that's why we are having this session, so that we can identify some of the good as well as easy to get into schools.
Right, and Cincinnati is one of them, and which is the other one?
Usually, I would have told University of Delaware, but let me check the placement for the recent year. How is it? If it is less than 50-60%, you should not go there. I can first of all, let me pass you on this in the WebEx chat. I have you can go to the US news and then this is the password. Just keep it to yourself. Do not share for your use only.
Okay.
So that you can also look in parallel.
Sure.
Yeah, 53%, which is not great. So I will not suggest that. Otherwise, I mean, here also one of my classmates from IIT went. In fact, I went to meet him. I went to this university, saw, and a couple of people I met. It was some time ago, 6-7 years ago. That time it used to be really okay, but I don't see it that great now, right?
Okay.
Fine. So one more in terms of backup schools we have to identify. This CUNY Brooklyn looks okay, and it is in New York as well. So location-wise is excellent.
Right.
Louisiana State, I do not know. I've heard the name, but I do not know that what kind of state it is in terms of location and all. I don't have much idea. If you know, we can think of this as well.
Louisiana. Okay.
And this Rochester is also good. Rochester Institute of Technology, RIT, it has couple of branches as well across. I think one of them I saw when I was there in UAE. So RIT, I attended one of their sessions, and then it was okay, and the statistics wise also it looks okay. So
Okay.
CUNY, I would go with CUNY rather than RIT. What do you think about Thunderbird? The placement is pathetic, I know, but it somehow it has a good brand in terms of international business management, something like that. That in that category it is number one actually.
Okay. But Thunderbird recently, I think it merged with some other school, right? The name has changed or something. That's what I read in one of the news articles.
I do not know. I really don't have an idea. Let us see. It says that it is ranked number one in international, yeah, which is right, which is correct.
Okay. And is now part of the Arizona State University.
Where it doesn't say at all anywhere. See?
Because the Google search that you just opened, there it was talking about Thunderbird being a part of the Arizona State University.
Where?
If you see the yeah.
So Arizona State University now has two B schools, which is strange. One is ASU WP Carey, which I was telling you to apply initially, but the placement was not there. But here, see, on the website, nothing is told about it. Anyways, anyways, I mean, it's okay. I mean, I don't usually. One of my professors is graduate from this, and he is an excellent professor, and he also talks okay about the school. Not great, but I mean, let us leave. I mean, 31 placement is not very, not at all.
Placement is scary actually.
Yeah, and it could have been just 1 year as well. So CUNY as versus Rochester Institute of Technology. Which one do you prefer? Any preference? Anything?
I think both of them are in New York, right? This is the only upside to the other.
Rochester, New York. This is not in the city. The other one is in the city, New York. So, which is good. Right.
Okay.
So I would little bit go with this. Fees is also lower over here, so why not this? Yeah, this one. Acceptance rate is a little challenging, but we will have to see. That's fine. I mean, GMAT score is 630, so we will take care of it. So I think this should be our choice given data which we are seeing. This is how. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. And one more, I want to have something a little better one, because the two backups, actually we have only two backups, let us say. And then I want to have a little better one over here now. So that any observation, anything you want to discuss?
No, I think broadly based on our discussion, I also feel that I do need to give my GMAT again if I want to apply to better schools, because frankly I do want to apply to better schools. But Anup, just the only thing is that you mentioned at the start of our discussion that GMAT holds only 15% value.
Yes, that is correct, because I have seen the actual Excel where this calculation was made, and I'm saying from that I'm not guessing, or see, whatever I'm going to tell you is only concrete information. That's why I'm referring data in front of you. I do not believe on feeling, or I feel that, or I think, no. Because we are talking about careers and everything. What I'm saying is 100% verifiable, and then only what I've seen from my eyes, or what I can objectively state that those are things. And so this is correct. I mean, don't even when I heard for the first time, it was very difficult for me to believe. I used to think that it should be 50-60%, because coming from the background India, where CAT, JEE, CA, whatever, everywhere the marks in terms of written exam are the thing which is the thing which holds for any success. But here, I mean, why you are spending so much time in your essays? If you go to the Harvard Business School application website, it says that you should be taking around 120 hours, which is 3 full weeks. If you only do application for that kind of application, so it should be spread across 5-6 months, 2-3 hours per day kind of work, right? So actually it is so much of, and then essays are considered in US extremely important material, and then once people see your essays, and if they call you, and then the interview, because they are meeting you face to face, they are talking to you, so of course that becomes the highest weighted element because of the in person and kind of first hand experience with the yeah. So this is correct. It may go to 50% for some schools, but I don't think that any school in whatever list we are talking about may go beyond 20%. Yes.
Right. So Anup, because of that, because it is a little low at 15%, can't we improve the ranking of my school selection at this stage, even with a 620 GMAT? Can't I look at schools which are ranked between, say, 20 to 40?
Yeah. I mean, we have taken a couple of them, 1 or 2, right? 20 to 40, 1 or 2. Purdue would be one of them, and then Smeal would be one of them, maybe.
But I think Purdue was around 47, is what I remember seeing.
Yeah. So this is just one ranking, but I mean, 1 year's ranking. So it is very much possible that next year or last year it was under 40 definitely. So that's fine. The brand of the university is extremely good. So it is equivalent to having or thinking that you have chosen something from 20 to 40. Yes, I mean, we can do that. Yeah. Let us. I was just going to do that only. Let us see. Let us actually select from 20 to 40 rank. One more school.
Right.
See that if that can be converted. Yeah, Texas A&M can be one school really.
Okay.
The GMAT is not very high, placement is good, but the acceptance rate is little low. Let us also, actually Arizona State University used to be like that, but currently it has, the GMAT is risen a lot. Fisher, Brigham, Smeal, yeah, so see, Smeal is, somebody has messed up with ranking over there. Smeal is actually 37th rank, right? So which is also a good which we have chosen. So, and it is not very easy to get into, but yes, that's fine. But we have chosen. So.
Okay. There was some school which I saw with a 53% acceptance rate in this page itself. Where you were scrolling up.
Brigham Young, yeah, but GMAT is 667. So.
Okay.
So either this or I was thinking of Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. Okay.
Which is,
and what do you say about Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt is also okay, but GMAT score is quite high, 690. 690 would be difficult to. Usually 30 to 40 points is okay to bridge that kind of gap, but after that it starts becoming, so which is kind of you might think that it is in contradiction with what I am saying here, but still like all the people who have got their score in 680s and 690s, they might also be presenting very good application and essays. Just think from that perspective, and then the competition is very very competitive profiles people, I mean, the schools get. Right. So then even though it makes little difference, but still whatever difference it is, the overall merit goes down in terms of when one of the elements are of these 3 ratings, GMAT or essay or interview, is average or below average. So even if you, so for example, I have seen many people 780 score myself, they are not they have not got selected in many schools. So GWA and GMAT is 780, but if their essays are not great or interview is just average, they will not get selected. So any of these three cannot be average or below average. So that is why that is why it makes a difference when we are saying that why not 681 we can select. So I think Texas A&M, which is a top school, I think we should go for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So is it there in this?
Yeah, it's there, yes. 75.
Okay. Row number 75 or what?
Sorry, row number 37.
37. Yes. So here we have the yes, no. So we have Purdue. So I think deadlines we don't need to even write. Neil, I will write the next one. Texas A&M. And then 2 from Canada.
Yeah.
So this looks a good list, and then I definitely see that 2-3 good admits you will get. Maybe one of them might, like for example, Cincinnati might offer you some scholarship as well. So it is possible. So I think this is good. And then I had initially planned, since Krishnavan told me that you wanted to apply here in these months, so that's why I had put these months. But I think that is not required. So you can fill in the deadlines over here, and we have to see that it is spread across a number of the months. In 1 month, you are not applying to 3 schools or more. So just keep. We'll have to keep that. But I think we have a lot of time. So start thinking, start applying to at least few good ones. If the essays are released, So can you or I can ask Krishnavan to find out for which the session or the essays are released, and you can still apply in R2, because in Canada I think there might be 1 or 2 schools where you can really apply. Because the session starts sometime in January in Canada. Sometimes it's like that. So just see where is that.
Okay.
So I will ask Krishnavan, and you can also have a look, and then we can immediately start working on the essays. In fact, start working on your essays, or kind of, if not essays, but thought. Underlying thought, like why MBA, why from this school, and then you can choose couple of schools. Why at this time, and then long-term, short-term goals, greatest achievement. So those questions which either you will have or face in the essays, or they will definitely be asked in one of the other interviews. So those questions, answering those basic questions, you should start discussing with the consultant, whosoever you are going to be assigned to, and start working on that. Because as I might have told you that I applied over the 2 years. I took my GMAT on 25th of February, and I applied to round 3, round 4 of some schools, and then I applied to round 1 and round 2. Actually, I did not need to apply to round 2 because my Cornell and ISB results came before that, and that was it. So I was preparing my application for round 2, but by the time results came and then I was selected, so I didn't even go. So over the 6 months, my essays were maturing, mellowing, and then I was applying. So it made a lot of difference. I got it reviewed from one of my friends. I didn't take any service because it was not there at that time in India. Only in US it was there, and then it was extremely $1,000 per application kind of, which was a preposterous amount for me to give. So, but I definitely think that this thing 30% and this can be improved only if you put in consistent amount of work spread across the month, and not only, for example, you can take 2 weeks off and you can try to finish these applications, but that will not be that kind of output. It also has a creative element to it and art kind of element to it. So it cannot just be done by putting number of hours into it.
Right.
So start thinking, start talking to consultants, start talking to me. If you have some time, so we can discuss about some of the things.
Sure.
Then we can start shaping up the essays.
Okay, and just few more questions.
Yes.
Would I also have to schedule my TOEFL in order to be eligible
Yeah,
to
do
apply?
that. Do that. Why? Because many of the schools will waive your TOEFL. So, for example, when I applied to 8 schools, I told only one school, Kellogg, wanted that they will not waive off my TOEFL. They will require a TOEFL score. So, just for 1 or 2 schools, you will definitely have to take it. Second thing is that whatever verbal score you are getting low might get enhanced, or your perception might be better if your TOEFL score is good. And TOEFL score cannot be bad because it is just 6th, 7th grade English test which they are asking. So maybe a little bit you can I mean, if people see your TOEFL score, they will have that trust in, okay, this the verbal score is not as bad as. So I would suggest that take TOEFL. You have a lot of time.
Okay. And just to understand from you, the schools that we selected right now, from a job opportunity perspective, now we also saw that their placement percentages are slightly on the higher side, which is nice. But how are these jobs? I mean, are they good jobs, steady jobs in good companies?
Sorry. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, I mean, in US, I mean, almost all of the. Just hold on, let this.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So yes, I mean, so the jobs would be good. Most of them would be good over here. I don't think that. I mean, many of the good companies come to the schools which we have talked about. These are not hundreds or 150 ranked schools where, or non-ranked schools where any of the companies would go, or any lower kind of paying companies would go. So this, and even if you see the the salary over here, whatever, so it would be more than 70,000-80,000 for all the schools which we have chosen, and which is a good starting salary, depending upon, and it also depends a lot upon state, because for example, in California, if you are getting 80,000 is very bad salary, vis-a-vis in Montana if you are getting 80,000, or in North Carolina if you are getting 80,000 is extremely great salary. So, so for the states which they are in, these listed schools are extremely good salary packages which we are talking about.
Okay, understand.
So, for example, Penn State is 101, even though it is not as great school as some other stated on top. For example, let's say here 85, or what do you know, but still, and this has come only because of the difference in terms of state. Cannot be that only in terms of quality or low paying job. No, it depends upon state a lot. So that's why.
Okay.
But we have placed very well in this, and we should be fine.
Sure. Okay, Anu. All right.
So as the next steps, start finding about the information about these schools. Take help of Krishvardhan wherever required.
Right.
Also, second would be to immediately enroll for GMAT, because you should not waste much time later on
Yeah.
in GMAT. Whatever you have to invest right now, because right now the essays might not be 100% very active. So kind of, I think the
Right.
batch is going to start in next 1 or 2 weeks. So, and then batch is just about 3 to 4 people. So personalized attention would be given, and then in IMS probably 20, 30 people might have been there in the class, but here just 4 people are there. So in a batch we take it by design only 3, 4 people. So I think that will be very helpful. Many people are second timers in terms of GMAT, and they have improved their score above 700. Many of them. So it will be good to have, yeah. But yeah, find out on your own how you find the classes, and then but yeah, and then start thinking about these schools. These schools are anyway. I mean, even if your score goes to 640,
Right.
yeah, these will be good. The list will not change too much. Only if it goes beyond 670, 660, then we'll have to change the schools, and then we will do that. That's not a problem. But till 640, because these are on the higher side a little bit. So this
Got
is
it.
fine.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
So I'll send you this list of schools. All right, flashing.
And from a scholarship perspective, you said it is only Cincinnati which may have a chance of offering me a scholarship, right? No other schools?
No, Purdue and Smeal as well, but they also take, in terms of scholarship, when they talk about it, the GMAT score comes into the picture. So that is why there is a possibility, if you really illustrate a great essay, kind of essay rating and interview, mainly interview. In scholarship, a lot of scholarship decisions are taken during interview. So if you really illustrate a great interviewing skills, it is possible that Purdue and Smeal may also offer some, not just Cincinnati, but yes, Cincinnati would definitely. I would expect something from there. Okay, so still it's my computer is hanging a bit. Let me see that, and I'll send you this list. Anyways, yeah, it's working. So I sent you, and then you have the school data list, as well as you have the US news list. So in case you want to discuss anything, we can discuss again, and then we can talk again in case you have any doubt about the schools.
Sure, Anup. Yeah, will do.
Next steps: start getting information about the schools. Take our help, and then let us start. So by when you plan to start for the school? I mean, for working for essays.
So I will probably take the decision on whether I need to give my GMAT again by say end of this week or mid of next week, and then I would probably give it within say 20 days to a month's time after that.
No, sorry. Within this week you will take the decision. Yeah, that's fine. And then 20 days for what you will take? I didn't get
No,
that.
I said 20 days to a month after that. I'll probably then fix up a date and give my GMAT.
In 20? No. In 20 days, no. You should not. No.
Okay, so then what do you suggest?
Why do you want to hurry so much? So what I'm saying is that, see, improving GMAT score when 3 scores have been 620 or 610, whatever, and improving more than 40, 50 points, then only there is some benefit. It will not happen. It will not happen in 3 weeks or 20 days. What you're saying? No, it will not happen.
Okay.
And that if it would have been quant, it might have happened if you are studying a lot. But verbal skills, which are more slow, I mean, you build up them little slower than what you would build up the quant skills, right? Because a lot of idioms, lot of usage related, lot of native in terms of language, colloquial, and all those things come into picture. So do not rush. Schedule it around after 3 months, May, June, July. So in July you schedule it, and then keep working slowly on your both aspects. Not just that you take GMAT after 20 years. That will be an extremely wrong strategy. You will most likely turn up with the same score. So give good 3 months, because that is what is required to be I mean, that is, I think, is required to be given to that kind of improvement. So give its due to that, and then take the GMAT. Don't rush. Because there is
my limited question was, if you're saying that I should give my GMAT say in July, and assume that I get a score of 680, 690, then it would be difficult for me to go back and rejig my schools and then start the application process for the new set of 8 to 10 schools again, right? In July, that too.
So you are not going to start for 8 to 10 schools. Start for 2 to 3 schools, and then those 2 to 3 schools should be Purdue, SMEL. Those are even good for 686. For that, they may become your safe schools, maybe. Purdue, SMEL, and Texas A&M. These 3 top schools will still be there in your list, even if you get 670, 680.
Okay.
So start for these schools. In that case, they will become your safe schools or good reach schools, kind of, right? So and we will revisit other schools. But these 3 you should start immediately.
Okay, got it.
Right.
Okay, all right, Anup. Got a point.
Yeah. Hope this session was useful. I'm stopping the recording now.